3 months in between.
Hey, you know, every year has been unique in some way to Dota, right? Like, we didn't know coronavirus was going to do what it did and change the scene how it did, but it did. So why? And we didn't know Valve was going to cancel TI and then delay it by 2 months. And I mean, here we are. So why not? Give us that big balance patch. Give us a fresh, huge change to Dota. Tell the teams they got 2 months to figure it out. It'd be like TI1 all over again. And
hold a warm-up tournament so everybody gets some experience on the patch with all the teams that are already going to TI.
Sure.
Or the new qualifier.
There it is. First pick Terrorblade.
Go again. Yeah, first pick Terrorblade. We have the IO Axe again, and the Mixed Assassin. You were right, Peter. Getting banned next to the Brood, and that is a first to Drow Ranger.
I love the fast draft. Like, yeah, we know. You know, you guys want to do your TB opener. We had this prepped. Iron, very annoying. Drow, very annoying.
What's the best hero against Drow Ranger?
Remaining.
Spectre.
They already have Terrorblade. It's not happening.
5 seconds.
But something that can get on top of Drow.
I thought that was your point.
I was just testing you. I personally think it's Timbersaw or Furion. Would be like my favorite picks there. They go with the Abaddon, right? Getting that Fada comfort here out of the pool before it goes bye-bye in the ban phase. Also not a bad idea.
The Mirana and the Tidehunter still in the pool, and last time it was OG picking those up. When you have a Drow Ranger, obviously she's one of the more squishy carries. However, last time OG played Drow, I believe, well, not last time, the time before that, they had an Alchemist with that as well, and they gave her a very fast
10 seconds
axe,
remaining,
making her actually very sturdy. Is that something you should be worrying about when you're Tundra?
5 seconds remaining.
The Drow at Alch combo they did before.
I think Terrorblade on lane he really likes playing against Alchemist because he has such high base armor that he doesn't really care about the acid spray as much as other heroes. It is something that they may go to because it is comfort. However, I think that there probably are better heroes. I was going to say No Tail played that Naga Siren support in the game. He didn't lane with Drow, did he? But I think that could be a good support for him. They could even do a Naga Drow lane, and I think that the Naga Siren can be very good against Naga support, can be good against Terrorblade because you could just sleep when he pops meta and disengage.
Ooh, this is a very high value Mars game too. We have Drow versus TB.
Yes,
Mars is good for like either team.
Why is Mars good for either team?
You have your arena, and both these two heroes like to spend as much of the fight on the outskirts as possible, and the arena just breaks that ability. Because either you're locked inside and being focused, or you just like can't get in to actually engage in the fight.
Turn to ban.
Terrorblade also has the what is it, the
Terror Wave?
The Ags, right?
Yeah, Terror Wave.
Yeah, the Terror Wave, which is a nice combo with the Mars arena. Also, the fact that you can't attack range attacks from inside to outside or outside to inside, that's what makes Mars so good against really just any range carries in the game.
Yep.
5
and you even have Bulwark too. Like you don't even think about that much, but obviously that has a huge impact on the fights too.
Yeah, it's a secondary thought, but it definitely does help out.
OG is banning out those 33 heroes, so we'll see if Mars joins that. Because so far, 33 hasn't played Mars yet this tournament, but then again, they haven't really played that many games compared to some of the other teams. So
10 seconds
I'm sure that 33 knows how to play Mars properly. And on the other side, also offlane heroes, well, mostly offlane heroes getting removed with the Darkseer and the Pango. Yes, we've seen Pango mid as well, so a little bit of a two-setter there. Invoker also out of the picture. Substance Invoker, previous game, of course, doing work.
One critique to Netta's gameplay is I think he is not necessarily like the best ganker. So like you mentioned Mars, I don't think Mars is his best hero. He used to be a carry player and he still kind of plays like a carry player. If you see it in his play style, he's generally like very high up on net worth and plays on side lanes more so than running around mid lane and smokes. You know, it's very uncommon to see him on like well, he did play the Sand King, which looked pretty good, but you know, no centaurs, no Pangoliers, right? Like much more of a, you know, tanky, beefy, high net worth, in your face kind of an offline player.
Turn to pick.
Mirana is the last one getting removed by OG as they have the pick coming out of this. And in terms of Netta's heroes that he has played still in the pool, it would only be Sand King and Viper. in your
Dire
face.
team
We
pick.
have the Wyvern left in here too, which is also an amazing hero versus Drow and TB.
Ooh. And Nine's Wyvern, pretty good as well if they want to go for that mid. But they OG goes for the Naga Siren, so that is the no-tail Naga.
I feel like Timbersaw would be very good for Tundra for 33 if you wanted to play it. I think it's a very, very hard matchup for Jaw Ranger. I think she gets forced off the lane
5 seconds remaining.
around level 6, which is pretty much all you want to ask for. You know, if you could force the enemy core off the lane with when you get your ultimate, that generally means that your 5-minute catapult will just be arriving, and then you can do a significant amount of tower damage, if not take the tower. And Timbersaw does a really good job of that, right? Because he just tanks the tower for the catapult, and tower goes bye-bye.
What about the Snake King Clockwork as well? If we're looking for his other heroes.
Yeah, I would not mind that as well. I think the Clockwork plus Furion or Timbersaw could potentially still be very good. Remember, this could also still be Sumail Naga and Top Sun Drow.
True.
But unlikely, I would guess.
And the Alk is still in there as a possible next pick that Shiver mentioned. I wasn't really expecting. I mean, as you said, it's got its issues versus like the TB for sure, but it's also just like a, you know, our strategy. This works for us of making the Drow humongous.
We can think about some Seb heroes. There's probably not going to go Magnus. Could go Centaur.
Very good with Drow. Helps with the spacing, especially if they don't Mars, which we probably don't think they will based on 330 pool.
Yeah, has Seb played Mars? I don't think so.
No, too meta.
This tournament?
Oh yeah, he has played Mars before, I think, or maybe that was a Thompson Mars here. Hold on, look at this game.
Seb Brew.
No, Seb played Timber, so No-Tail played 5 Mars in this game. Yeah, so I don't think that they play Mars on core, so that is maybe not a concern. They decided to go with Caudle.
Oh, and they get burnt. They get real burnt. Snag the Timber away.
Timber is very good against Terrorblade throughout the entirety of the game, I think.
And those two supports do not concern you in the slightest. Caudle and Abba. Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
That's rough.
Is there a reason for them perhaps to run? They've done this during Deep Sea at some point to have 33 on the Abaddon.
Dire team bad.
Because at the moment they're also one of the main issues.
Yeah.
They don't have any stuns, and Winter Wyvern, yes, could be support, could also very well be a mid laner for Tundra. So still a lot of flexibility.
I think that's probably mid. I thought they were going to Zeus, honestly. I thought they were going to like the Caudle Zeus cheese strat, going like the massive damage or something, but I think that's a 9 Wyvern, and it's versus 1 Agi hero already, whereas I think this really shines when it's trying to abuse the percent-based damage. I mean, there's other benefits too, but
Turn to
I feel like they're outdrafting themselves at the moment.
Yeah.
I really think Tundra is on the bad side of this draft right now. I think that I think Wyvern works really well when you have like some combos with it at the very least, and in that game they had a Priestess of the Moon for Snake King, the Marana. So it was always just Winter's Curse into 5-second arrow into dead heroes. And they really lack a lot of control. And that's kind of what Terrorblade needs in games is control, so he can just right click people. But they actually have no stuns outside of Winter's Curse, and Terrorblade can't do damage during Winter's Curse. So it's going to be a lot of disengage from OG, and I feel like it's going to be really hard for Terrorblade to connect on damage in this game.
all right, maybe they're going to Snay Wyvern actually, put the Wyvern as a 4 with the 3/3 Abba and go for a Lena.
Well, why would you do?
Because I think the core Wyvern's really bad.
But
I don't know.
Then, yeah, no, I think that they should have taken the Timbersaw, or they should have taken their offlaner with their first pick in the second phase. They already seen the carry. They saw what is most likely both supports and Naga and Lion, but they chose to take their Caudle. And then they go Wyvern. It's like they already wanted Wyvern, right? Because I don't think, okay, they have a Timbersaw now, let's get Wyvern. That's not a thing. So they wanted Caudle into Wyvern. I'm curious what that last pick is going to be to tie it all together. I'm just having a hard time seeing it at the moment.
I think they have the right idea with the bans. That's like, looks like what it has to be, right? Someone who jumps in first. Because right now there's not really anyone. Like assuming it is going to be the mid Wyvern and this is a 3/3 hero coming out. There's basically just Centaur left now, right?
Yeah, and I think I did mention Furion, but that's not what they need. You're right. Like they need somebody that can go in and start fights from the
5
off lane.
seconds remaining.
Dragonite and Sand King are probably the best because they actually can just go like Blink Dagger first item. Most of the other offlaners want to, they want to go back for that Hood or Vanguard first. I'm opening up my hero list to see if there's any Blink Dagger rushers in here anymore.
Not a lot of time left either for Tundra. 20 seconds into the bonus time.
It's Mars time, I think. I don't know.
There's also Doom. Oh, they take the brew. Okay.
It's brew. Not the most successful hero or popular hero these qualifiers.
That's scary. Hex and Drow Silence. I've seen so many brews die to this exact combo.
I feel like they first picked Terrorblade and then they didn't pick any heroes that were good with Terrorblade. So I really favor OG here, and I'm really scared for Tundra because I think OG just they have this momentum now, right? They probably feel like they should have won the first game. They came back in the second game and they did win the second game. And this third game, they've just got to be having so much confidence, I think.
I got flipped. I thought they were going to 9 Zeus, and I thought they were going to Brewmaster Seb, and we wound up with this. All right, cool. That is a lot of... so what I really don't like about the Brewmaster right now is that you basically don't do Blink build, you do the Ags, and so you ulti on a high ground to run into the fight, right? And they have so much good vision right now between No-Tail with the illusions being spammed out, with the Zeus and everything, that I feel like it's going to be really hard for Tundra to actually get that first jump. They're going to hear this panda or see this panda somehow, and OG are just so good at that, like, the collapse where they just, like, fall back, and then as that ultimate's ending, they just jump back in on top of you, right? This looks like a very hard game for Tundra to me.
5 seconds remaining.
Anything to add to that, Peter?
Hopefully we'll see some epic back and forths on paper. OG for sure, but as these last 2 games have showed us, it's anybody's game.
Yep.
Anybody's game. Well, whoever takes this game will be on match point for these grand finals. Of course, winner goes to TI10. Will OG be able to defend their title? Will Fada captain his first squad to TI? Let's see who gets to be on match point in this third game of the grand finals with Lyrical and AUI.
You good?
Thank you so much, Shiver. And yeah, Aoi, I'm looking at this draft. The panel seems really convinced it's like a complete and total out draft here, with struggling for the Terrorblade. They have some great heroes against it. Is there any weaknesses that you're seeing in the OG draft at all, or is it just all looking good for them right now?
I think this is a really big up draft by OG as well. I echo the exact same sentiments that Peter shared for their third pick, and like they didn't pick it because they were scared that Thompson will play the Drow Ranger mid and they get a carry that's good for Simmersol. But the thing is, I mean, you've broken draft structure by first picking your carry. You're going to lose something. No stuns. We saw last game they early picked Sumel's Terrorblade. They had Nyx, Hoodwink, and Invoker to allow them to right click. This game it's like only on the Brewmaster split. Maybe with some Solar Bind, but it's I don't think it's enough. They don't have the outscale against Drow Ranger and Zeus, 2 heroes that specifically outscale Terrorblade. So the onus is on them to sort of control this game and win it fast, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it.
All right. Well, we'll see if they can exceed expectations here. It's a team that's been able to do that multiple times. And OG, with just the experience of playing so many freaking games, drafting so many times in this best of 5s, they've been able to come out with a couple of different. I mean, arguably, could you say 3 draft wins so far?
I would say so. I think they've out-strategized Tundra pretty hard. In this series so far. I think Tundra, I don't think
to battle.
They expected to win game 1 or 2 based on the game plan. Honestly, like, it was 1-0 for Tundra. I don't think Tundra felt comfortable in the drafts. I think OG still felt good about that. It's just some play stuff. And you sort of want that to happen. You want to be playing well. And, like, you want to be messing up easy things to correct, I should say.
That's fair. Well, we'll see if they can sort of outplay their position yet again as we go into this game number 3 now. No-Tail again playing on the support. Naga Siren has the Orb of Venom, a couple salves. Mirror Image, he's ready to go. 1-6 in the qualifiers. The lone win was No-Tail against Nigma.
Good. All 6 of those other games are on core, though. So on support, I think it's 1-0.
Okay.
So if Tundra do win this game, I think it has to be on the back of 9's Winter Wyvern. this hero is typically pretty weak in lane, so maybe they'll make something happen because I don't know how the lane goes for Zeus. I've literally never seen this matchup. I don't know if it's ever happened in a high MMR pub, but I should see Winter Wyvern like farming pretty comfortably in this one.
Up top, they've already popped Metamorphosis. Skitter doing some nice damage there onto Seb, but likewise taking that Timber Chain first. And they're trying to keep whatever pressure they can. This mirror image start is kind of annoying to deal with by the Naga Siren. The illusions just start giving, you know, you just run them down a little bit there. You can do some body block stuff as well if it goes well, but he's going to pull this wave, no tail, and actually going to take it to the right because of that play that we saw last time. Can Fada connect him? He actually lets it go. Okay, weird stuff in the laning stage. It's a classic. It's what we've seen a ton of times, and they're going to pull it back.
This is good for OG because Skitter committed Metamorphosis, so now he only gets to play one clean wave on meta. I mean, it's not like it's too bad for them, and Fada, he does prevent them from going around and denying a wave there, but it's a cool play coming out from No Tail.
There are other lanes that exist. Right now you can see down bottom, Snaking playing on the Coddle with 3-3, taking that Thunderclap at the early goings here. Curious what his build ends up being. This is a hero that definitely has found some like revitalization around the Aghanim Scepter and all that fun stuff. Currently, I think that he has the Helm of Ironwill coming out again. So Tundra just really believing in this idea of a Helm of the Dominator creep early.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see them use it a bit more cohesively as a team this time. Last time he got Helm and he sort of just played alone. I think this item should make you strong enough to like put pressure on your opponent. But so far, like Sumail's having the lane of his life. He's 10 to 6 now, and 3-3 only has 3 CS.
Yeah, this is a tough one for him, definitely. Sumail keeping that pressure on, finds the deny there. And you can see that Snaking, in the moment at least, is just farming up that small camp.
That's pretty cool. They got the lane equilibrium, right? So what you do as a safe lane against the enemy pulling it in front of the tower is generally you use pole camps. But Snaking, he just blasted twice. He gets his level 2 off it, and the lane is going to stay in front of 3-3's tower for probably this entire lane. I would say blasted like this, of course. Not sure about this one.
Yeah, 3-3. They want to ensure that they got that range creep. Takes a lot of damage for the trouble, but Soxa actually is going to get chased down a little bit here. Does have another Earth Spike back up, and 3-3. I think he might be dead here. As the right clicks come through, Sumail draws first blood. They have the Hex afterwards, and Snaking also will fall. But Sumail, a lot of damage to the creeps. And meanwhile, up top, they also take down Seb.
Mid lane
so
as well.
Both safe laners a chance. Looking for it. 9 chasing underneath the tower. Right clicks coming through, but it doesn't look like it's quite enough. Ooh, Splinter Blast. Stay close. Soxa down bottom. Snaking able to find that finish. So there's just massive action all around the map right now.
Yeah, and just a little bit of overextension from Tundra in the bottom lane. I think they really got baited by Soxa. He's like sort of manning up against a lot of creeps, but he understood his limits completely. There is this huge wave. Typically, Coddle pressures carries really well when you have a lot of creeps on the tower, because you can just sort of blast them. I think 3-3 is going to pull the next wave.
Played by him. Soxa gonna eat a Illuminate Blast right there as they try and keep the pressure on to Sumail. Definitely not a hero that like loves farming underneath the tower with the creeps hitting him constantly. But in the meantime, 3-3 throws that Cinder Brew out now onto the creeps. They'll the immolation and eventually get killed off. And Soxa, another Illuminate Blast coming through. Will it quite connect? Not on the mark. So they're doing a good job after a rough early game of keeping this pressure on.
Yeah, 3-3, he's just playing his standard Dota of making the lane as non-Dota as possible. Pulling waves, aggroing your opponent, just doing anything, just like in last game, to be as annoying as possible. And honestly, it is working out for him, because you can imagine, and the CS is still horrible, right? Like, Drought 28 to his 11. But you can imagine, if they got double killed and he wasn't doing this stuff, this lane would be like 100-0. He's even going to drag the wave all the way in front of his tier 3, so he can deny a wave from Sumail.
Whoa, long walk. And I mean, at the same time, you're seeing that, you know, Timber, he's getting his levels right about on the same mark as what's going on with the Brewmaster. So he's also not doing great in terms of CS. Mid has been very even. Hobson and 9 both getting after it here as they're almost to level 6. There are more stacks that are built up in the jungle for the Radiant, though. And you can imagine that those might get taken eventually by Seb as a little bit of a catch-up mechanic, because we've seen these Timbers do time and again.
Yeah, I think OG's identity in a lot of this qualifier has been getting those stacks off. I'm honestly, it's part of the reason why I'm surprised he didn't take Timbersaw, because he has to be one of the best heroes if he has a good lane at going in and just taking all of your opponent's stacks. But we'll see, like, Tundra, they do have some idea of a Timbersaw, right? They shut him down really hard in this lane.
Fada TP mid. As the reaction comes, they find that kill. Snaking will get a return onto Saksa, but the bigger one is 9 going down and killing Fata. He was trying to TP back out and away, and
Look, he was trying to help mid lane. He uses TP, but Thompson, he pops the ulti and he just kills Wyvern. That's Wyvern using his first curse. Just a good rotation from Saksa. Coming in behind the Winter Wyvern, they catch him.
Just like that. No tail, gonna pop the mirror image. A lot of illusions. So many of them mid. Does have 3 points up in the Splinter Blast right now for 9. So talk to me a little bit about this Winter Wyvern mid. What's the strength of it? As Snaking is gonna run away from all these no-tail illusions.
Money changes hands.
The main strength of it is that the Egg Nims is one of the more busted upgrades right now. In the last patch, or maybe the patch before that, it just got given 25% move speed upon activation. It refreshes the Arctic Bird duration, so you're constantly slowing and doing % damage. And Wyvern, he just has like this good 50 damage time. Arctic Burn is one of the best spells in Dota, and I know this because in the ability draft, it's picked very early all the time. I mean, you can, it's like a weird idea, right? But ability draft is just how good the spell is independent of the hero, and Arctic Burn is up there.
Well, something to keep an eye on, as if they can get to that unimpeded, and if 9 can make it to that point, could start to see some pretty strong performances here, particularly, you know, against the tankier heroes that we might end up seeing later on, whether that's the Timbersaw or whether that ends up being a Naga going. Well, I guess it's not going to be Naga going for anything really, because it's support, but we'll see.
And we can even see Knoxville in our stats chat. He said that Winter Wyvern's first spell, Arctic Burn, is 60% win rate, which is the highest beats us from impact from standard deviations of any. I don't know what he said. He said something. Okay, no, you get, it's the best spell in ability draft. He said, I dropped out of college. I'm uneducated. You can't say these words to me.
That's fine. We'll get through it together. You saw right there as well, Seb getting level 6 and now feeling very confident in this lane. Skitter's still staying up here with Fada, interestingly enough. Are they gonna try and keep him in this area? He's TPing out of there.
I mean, Fada will try to drag the creep wave off.
9? No, he's gonna try and go toe-to-toe here with Thompson, but was already taking a ton of damage there. The lightning bolts just bursting him down low.
Try to just sort of sit top and absorb any EXP that comes in. But it's very scary. I mean, he's playing against a Timbersaw and Naga just got him. And they've managed to like create a double wave to hit this tower with.
Yeah, that tier 1's starting to fall. We'll see what Fada decides to do. Similar story as though not the double wave is down bottom. They have that Helm of the Dominator creep going for the wraparound with 3-3. He's also got that ulti up. Won't quite be able to connect there with the Illuminate spam, but Snaking trying to queue it up again, and Saksa catches him, spots him, Solar Bind. Oh, moving on in with the tornado, slow and steady, it burns him down, and Fata will die up top. So both supports going down in a very interesting spray there. Not sure what that one was, but managed to trade off supports again. Very even.
Last game, what the big difference maker was that Seb was able to take this top tower and then TP bottom to defend it. But I think they've got enough pressure this time on 3-3 that it's just going to be a tower change. Yeah, you can even see Fada comes up top. He doesn't want to let this tower die for free. If you can drag the creep wave off the tower against Timbersaw, it's not like he has any real tower damage. It's only the creep wave. Fada's going to drag this wave, maybe even to his Terrorblade in the jungle, and defend his top tower that way.
Nobody is coming down bottom to defend this one. 3-3 looks like he's going to get it for free. As Fata, and also that you can see here, Fata's connecting this up with the Terrorblade illusion. So you're still getting farm on Skitter from this, all the while he's, you know, over on the other side of the map in his own triangle at this point. But they will kill off that illusion, and now Fata taking it on another trip. We'll give the high five, and then eventually end up dying. So big rotation up top to secure that tower. Tundra, they've already taken bottom.
And I think Fada's really happy with that. He saw all these heroes. He got a lot of EXP. He's going to be level 6 with the book. And now there's space for Terrorblade to play Terrorblade Dota. Oh, they want to go. He used meta to farm Ancients, and they're chaining it into a play mid. They have the Brewmaster split. They have the Helmet Dominator. They feel strong.
I mean, meta's about to wear out. Do they want to fight this? Thompson's in the area. They're using the last bit of this to try and get the tower down. But as meta wears off, will they come to defend on OG?
They have a wagon here, so even just forcing OG to sort of sit around and defend. But, oh, curse!
Winner's curse? No! Chase down, Splinter Blast dead, no song. Nicely played there by 9 to find that. And now, with this Helm of the Dominator creep that's turned into a melee creep, it looks like they're going to get a significant amount of damage onto this tier 1 tower, maybe even claim it.
They're just killing the tower. They do get the deny on OG.
Looking for more, thinking about it. Slow down onto Sumail, but the Hex and the back out. That Gust saving his life.
You know, we were saying at the start that it's really hard for Terrorblade to right-click people. But maybe the Solar Bind, like that was a big strong draw. Solar Bind combined with Arctic Burn. Like if 9 just tags all of his opponents once with Witchblade, which he's going for, or Aghanims, maybe that's enough for Terrorblade to be able to right-click. This game is, like, my understanding of Dota, it's hard in these games, you know, because this is so different than anything I've personally experienced. Like mid-Winter Wyverns, some Naga Siren 5s, no real stuns on Tundra, but a ton of like slow disables. And maybe their read on the draft in the game is completely different because they're not looking out of this at all. I thought this game would be way easier for OG.
Well, they are, at the moment at least, staying very even. An OG with a slight lead. But I guess that this is also a question of, like, at what point does OG's draft start to really come online? Were you expecting it mainly to be around, like, the Timbersaw getting that tower taken? Or do you think it's more so when, like, a Lion Blink Dagger comes out? What's sort of that moment that OG are going to be looking for?
Win together, slay together, slay together.
Well, they're a bit too far from Lion Blink Dagger. I mean, the one weakness of OG's lineup is that none of the cores really make moves, right? Like, they're okay sitting back and farming half the map, but if you can't make moves, sometimes it gives too much of an opportunity for your opponent to open up the game. Like Drow Ranger, she's not going to run at you. Same for Zeus and same for Timbersaw. Timbersaw, he's going to shove his face in, but it's not like killing you in the same way. Honestly, I think a lot of it is because of how well Fada and Skitter were able to combine at top lane. Like, they destroyed the Timbersaw, who had the counter pick onto Terrorblade. I mean, right now he's okay. He's caught up in farm a lot. But, you know, they've taken 2 towers, the map's opened up, and I think Skitter's feeling pretty good. He's comfortable using meta to just farm because they have so much map control.
Oh, 9. Playing things very dangerous there. Pop the Arctic Burn to farm, and now is going to TP out. Soxa reveals himself.
He's TPing on the smoked up creep from Tundra. They want to fight here.
Interesting. Okay. Sumail, they are going... Oh, there's a couple different places he could end up at. And they spot him over here. Sumail, gotta be careful. They're right by a tier 1 tower. This is dangerous. TP's coming in right afterwards. Sumail trying to buy some time with that Gust. Can they kill him off in time? Sumail down low, dead, and they get the lift up on a Naga, so no song to turn this back around. Seb trying to focus now on Deny. He's brought down low, Zeus in the area, able to get the rundown and that kill. Dota now trying to back out. They've already used the Bruce split. There's nothing else left in the tank for him. Soxa will go down. Snake King looking for the big Illuminate Blast. They've still got that creep in the area, but they have lost 2 apiece, and it looks like Fada also going to fall. So the final tally ends up being a 2 for 3. The caveat is that Terrorblade's still farming during all of that.
Yeah, and Drow died, right? Like, this is going to be the carry this game. I mean, maybe Zeus is sort of the carry. And even like Seb, he can scale really hard this game. But again, I think they're happy with that from Tundra. I want to point out what 3-3 did that fight. Because most players, including myself, you know, you have problems microing the Brewmaster ulti. But instead, he stomped Naga when she TP'd in into a lift up. So she could not song and save Sumail on the Drow Ranger there. It's just incredibly good, precise micro. And even though it's a 2 for 3, I think they're really happy with that engagement.
Of course, waiting for their timings on the side of Tundra. Got this Witchblade that's going to be coming out eventually. And Terrorblade, in the meantime, going back for his Sanjin Yasha. We've seen that Scotty timing be something that's very scary as well. Sumail, will he get the time that he needs to get to those items? So we'll have to keep an eye on it as Hurricane Pike is queued up for the moment. They're trying to invade a little bit and just make OG feel slightly uncomfortable. But the same type of thing is going on up top as Seb and 3-3 with Snake King are sort of squaring each other up, eyeing each other up. 3-3 is going straight into that Aghanim Seb. Thing to keep that silence off of him.
I think he's pretty much just going to play at range with the Cinder Brew and Primal. You even see in his build, like he has a max Thunderclap because he understands he's never really going to go in to use it. I wanted to say, like, I'd like to see Tundra. Oh, they're going on to Brewmaster top. He has no 3-2 scroll.
Doesn't have anything. 3-3 is super dead as they run him down, go for the kill, trying to get the KS there on Thompson, but nonetheless, that's Thunder God's Wrath down for a little bit. Maybe he was worried too about like people coming in there, and you know, if you get Bruce split off and the rest of Tundra's nearby, that could have been a turnaround. Solar Bind, pushback, Song of the Siren, and are they trying to fight this? Okay, they have Gust, ready to go. Fada gets slowed. That Seb is in the area now. Fada strike drop down low. 9 is there too, trying to keep Thompson out of the fight. And they bring him down. God, look at the damage out from 9. He absolutely wrecked him there, but he doesn't have Arctic Burn back up, and it's a Hex out from that Lion. Meanwhile, Timbersaw gonna get lifted up as Snake King gets the pushback. Drop down low, and he goes down. So they keep him out of the fight on 9 for a little while, but now No Tail with no song, there's nowhere left for him to go either. Look at this. No, Seb, he's stuck on that little cliff there. He's gonna come in and try and take down the rest of those stacks, but he's lost a lot. The rest of his buddies are gone, and the right click's coming through. Will it be enough to kill him? This dude is mighty tanky. Right now, sitting with 46 armor, but they will back out. Sun comes out now onto Fada, able to find that finish, but they got the Drow again.
Yeah, and another good metamorphosis and good fight for Tundra. I think 9 in that fight, he managed to hunt down Thompson, just him and one Terrorblade illusion, sort of slowed him down and ran at the Zeus.
Dire's middle tower is under
Good for them, definitely. Right now, at this point in time, Tundra, they are hitting a lot of things, but they still need an answer for this Timbersaw. Currently the highest net worth in the game, and Seb has just gone for this build to make him so difficult to kill. Queuing up that Sanjin Kaya next.
Right now, I think he's pretty much unkillable for Tundra's side, just because Lotus Orb is going to take off Arctic Burn and the Witch Blade from Wind Warmer. But I think as soon as Aghanim's finishes, you can't, I mean, you can purge it once, but he'll just hit you again and reapply it. And then they'll have damage. I think Tundra is sort of waiting for that. Fada, he's in there deep. He's just a boy off on a journey.
This is just the Fada classic. Oh, and look, the Helm of the Dominator keeps soaking in the damage. Fada getting away on nothing.
And he just baited out Zeus out.
Right? Easy.
Oh, they catch Saksa bottom.
Down bottom. Oh, man. And again, look at how close he is to that Blink Dagger right now on Saksa.
This entire game, I was thinking they need to kill Saksa bottom. But I'm just like, they don't really have stuns to do it, you know? From like 800 gold to all the way to now, he's sort of sitting in that bottom lane, farming it up. But nah, he just takes it into his own hands. Solo killing him with the Winter Rock. It's sort of showing why, you know, they showed it last time. I mean, everyone was sort of, is this hero broken? Is it just strong? Was it good just that game? I think he's showing a lot of prowess on this hero, and it's looking scary.
Absolutely. It's, you know, if you can find these supports and sort of accelerate your game, it looks really good as up top 3-3 gets a round and a salvo of Seb spells. Currently, what is he now? What, 3,000 gold behind? But they're throwing out the little Harpy Stormcrafter. Silence. The rest of the team is coming over. Seb is in from behind him. The chase down is coming, and he's taking a lot of damage. They pop Metamorphosis for this one. Pearl Boulder comes in, going to connect, and from downtown, Seb tries to get a hold of the Song of the Siren, though, keeping him alive. Oh, wait, but 3-3, he's on him with the Panda. Trying to chase. Who do they find? No Tail still escaping from this one, but the rest of the team is here. Winter's Curse back off cooldown in 8 seconds. They could look for a turnaround. Metamorphosis is still going. Do they want to fight anymore without their Timbersaw? It's a bold proposition, but oh gee, they're a bold team. Looks like they're not going to go for it.
Oh, that was so close. I want to shout out to 9 right there because he actually waited until Seb used his Lotus Orb. He slowed him just with the Splitter Blast, just so he could get the extra damage from Arctic Burn and the Witch's Blade. It almost made the difference, but DOTA just coming in with a clutch TP into Song. I'm assuming he TP'd. I think he did. But yeah, they barely say Seb. That would have been a huge kill because anytime you're playing one of these tanky heroes, Bristleback, Centaur, Timbersaw, if you're like sort of going too far and the enemy punishes you, it's not even about the kill. It's about like the fear that strikes you. And now OG, they realize the enemies use Metamorphosis. They use Brewmaster ulti. They're going for Roshan. They're not going for Roshan. I lied.
They were going for Roshan. Snake King right on top of it. They finally have a hero that can kind of scout Rosh with that Illuminate Blast and getting a little bit of vision from it as well. But it does look like towards mid, they're running. Oh, they also have an Alpha Wolf right now. And this is scary stuff.
Do you see Seb's HP? He just got chunked by just a Witch's Blade and Arctic Burn. I mean, he did not notice an orb off it right away, but he actually doesn't have any magic resistance. He thinks he's playing against Brewmaster, Terrorblade, supports that don't do that much damage, and 9, he's pumping out DPS on this Winter Wyvern.
All right, well, looks like they're having some real lag issues right now, but the game about ready to go back and get underway. So a couple other things. We've got ourselves 3 points in Ensnare for Naga Siren as well as the Meteor Hammer. The rest of the team wrapping around right now. Lion, newly minted Blink Dagger. Zeus has this Octarine core, so he's just going to be trying to spam out as many spells as he can. Question is, how are they going to take this fight? Are they even going to take this fight? Coddle isn't even here, and he's got Mechanism. And on the other side of the map is Terrorblade with no meta.
I think Tundra are just going to spam them here. They have a lot of spam between the Cinder Brew, the Splinter Blast, and it's not like... See, they don't know about Sax's Blink Dagger. So in their eyes, they don't think they can get jumped here. But I think OG, they're gonna get some kills here. Like Seb, maybe the reason why he's not Lotus Orbing it off right away is you bait them in a bit close. Like OG's the type of team, I think, who would want to make those plays like that. That's why they always live with like 100 HP. They're always baiting each other, right?
It's fair. And to be honest, though, also, like with this pause, it actually probably helps Tundra a lot. Like the timing of this one and like, thinking a little bit about, okay, Lion, he's been farming for this long. There's a chance he could have Blink Dagger or something. I want to see what their response is, if they just back out right afterwards or what ends up happening. But regardless, we'll keep our eyes on it. The other thing actually is the shard coming out for Zeus afterwards. So again, there's a little jump away action to get some escaping. I mean, he's still going to get chased down by Wyvern, depending upon how these fights go.
And it's a pretty good slow. It's 100% for 2.5 seconds. So if Wyvern's the one who's closest to it, maybe you can just use it to just get a bit away from it. And here we go back into the game.
And 9 backs out a little bit, gets to the other side. They're going to pop that glyph. And hanging out over here, throwing out the spam. Seb hanging on to that Lotus Orb. The wrap is coming. Toxa looking for an opening. Meteor Hammer down and Tower dead. Fada, is he the one that gets caught, or is it going to be 9? Do they jump? They catch him. Aphotic Shield not able to get out. Oh, the silence. Down low. 9 trying to live. They get the Winter's Curse off though. And able to turn this back around. They take down Zeus. Huge kill, and nobody on Tundra dies. Seb trying to get out of there now. Fada will end up falling. Skitter now looking for the chase. Seb dropping down real low with the reflection, with all the right clicks coming in with that Arctic Burn and the Witch's Blade. But it does look like he'll manage to get back. So they trade in the end. An Abba for a Zeus, but they also lost that tier 1 tower mid.
Top tower is under attack.
That was without meta, without Bruce, but I think Tundra are really happy about that engagement. I mean, the thing about Tundra's lineup is they have this huge power spike coming up in 200 gold with 9's Aghanim Scepter. Seb is not going to be able to frontline versus that item. I mean, he's going for BKB now, but that puts him sort of on a timer in the fights. He doesn't have any... I would really like him to pick up Cloak in this game. At least something to mitigate how much magic damage is going to come out from Winter Wyvern.
Where's those neutral items at? Let's go. Need to grab yourself a freaking Nether Shawl or something later on.
If you got a Nether Shawl, that would be beautiful. He does have, like, you can't really be mad about getting Essence Rings. But I think Nether Shawl would have been really good this game.
Well, that Aghanims is completed now. And
he's going for the Silver Edge Nyx as well.
Ooh.
It just lets you get good curses off. We can even see last fight, Thompson got 100 to 0 from a curse, 1 right click from Wyvern, and a Splinter Blast. He just died. That's your mid hero with like, sort of, I mean, I was going to say high net worth in this game, but he's actually quite low.
9, they have to pop the ulti right now to get out of there. No Tails, they thinking about turning onto this. Oh, no Meteor Hammer. But he does have the net. 9 tries to back away, net comes out. Slow and steady attempt here at a kill. 9 in trouble. Drop down low. Soxa, he has that blink ready. Jumps in. Oh, with the juke. Not able to get away. Oh my God. I can't believe they didn't get that kill. And towards mid, they're going at the same time on the Seb. Trying to find this kill. Another pause. You hate to see it. That's not great. We got some misclicks going on as Wyvern is going to DC.
I think they're having some internet issues. I mean, it's an online qualifier. It happens. Really unfortunate this happened to they're all disconnecting it. It just sucks because they're playing so well, but spikes are going to change the game for you a lot.
Yeah, that is a problem. 4 DC'd now. And they are going to start to reconnect. So, I mean, it's good news that at least one of them is staying in there, but it seems like it's just sort of stuttery internet and they're reconnecting to trying to like refresh everything. You know, you should trust my opinion because I definitely know nothing about the internet and how it gets into my computer, which is definitely also what happens. But regardless, hopefully they'll be back in here in a moment. We can start this back up again.
Really unfortunate. I think Tundra, they're in Poland at like, wait, what just happened?
That was weird.
You in?
I'm still in it, yeah. But there was like some weird flash that went out. It's like a glitch in the matrix going on. Spooky.
All right.
Are you live?
I believe the leg. I'm lagging apparently. So.
All right, well, we're back into the game now. So hopefully you can keep your eye on what's going on here. But it looks like OG, they'll get away with Seb. Was that another meta used?
Yeah, it had to be. I mean, they do have a cool combo where you can just keep following your Terrorblade and chakra magicking it to reduce the meta. Wait, he's still in Metamorphosis. I just can't. I can't see it because I reconnected. It looks like he's melee and throwing out these random blobs.
It looks like
they are going to do that.
Well.
Yeah. Okay. So they have Aghanims onto 33 now. They have the Aghanims on 9, but they don't have the meta, so their timing has now become a bit weird. Honestly, good play by Seb from like sort of, he's playing aggressive, but sort of towing the line where he baits up the Metamorphosis, makes the enemy think they can kill him, and they can't. So now their timing sort of falls apart.
So what does this next dream fight look like for OG? Because I'm seeing all these big items come out. Like you talk about the Ags, both for the Wyvern and for 3-3, and you know, obviously the Scotty almost completed. Well, what's OG looking for here? Are they
a Naga Siren's Sleep into bursting the Kato or Brewmaster. Really good.
Do they see him? So they see inside the pit.
You can't see that creep, but it can see inside the pit. There's a line. Oh, they see it now.
Seb just saw it. Yeah, he's got to be careful now. Walks forward. 3-3 pops the whole team. Seb, he's kind of in no man's land, but Soxa, he found 9. Trying to kill him off, seeing if they can burst him in time, but look at all the heal. Are you kidding me? Able to lift through it, Bada, trying to keep him alive. And the winner's curse kind of weirdly placed Seb. Not able to get that Timber Chain off to kill off 9. Run away. They're still keeping the Saga under control. No tail. Starting to drop down low. Thompson goes for the jump away, but eventually they will beat him down. And in the meantime, 9 has been just keeping Seb out of this fight this whole time. And he lives through it all. Barely able to get out of that one. Back towards the rest of the fight. Hobson is now going toe-to-toe against Skinner. And they also have Sumail. The Thunder comes out. The right click spamming onto that Drow Ranger. And he's going to try and run, but will he be able to get out? No TP, no TP cancel.
That was a beast play from Thompson at the end there, but like honestly, Lyrica, holy shit. Nyga got him by everything. Saxa finds him. It's the best target. They drop Zeus out. They drop Finger, Hex, Stun, Timbersaw spells. He gets healed up by the mech pipe from staging, itemizing perfectly to save 9. Plus some Abaddon heals, pumps the Essence Ring, and he lives throughout that fight.
That was wild.
How often do you hear like, guys, we lost a fight because we stunned the enemy Winter Wyvern for 7 seconds and we couldn't kill him. With a Zeus Timbersaw Finger lineup. Like it makes no sense, but this man, he's staying alive, and like, even while running, he randomly hits him and does a ton of damage, and all during that, you're focusing Winter Wyvern. Skinner is beating all of you up, and Tundra, they get a good fight, they get Roshan. My idea of the draft is completely exposed. I have no idea how they're winning this game. They're just playing fantastically.
I mean, so here's the thing too, right? Like you normally anticipate that you're going to be able to bring down that Wyvern. After that fight, 9 is level 19 right now, 2100 HP. And then on top of that, sitting with 17 armor. Like it's sometimes these conceptions of how you think this hero is going to be able to live, ends up not being true, and 9 showing that this Witchblade build, getting that extra armor from it, and you know, obviously having all the heals on his team, he can tank through it. Really, really good stuff from Tundra, as they have again found a way to either A, outplay their draft, or B, they had the next level play and just understood that the draft was better. So one of the two is true.
And I think even the last fight, like we saw in Winter Wyvern, they're all focusing it. But if you focus a target in team fights, it sort of breaks your formation, and it might make you like have a really bad team fight because of said formation. 9, he got a really good Winter's Curse because they're all committing on him. DOTA doing something really cool, sending illusions to both lock the enemy ancients and kill the Bounty Rune. You know, Tundra, they've been annoying all game, like all series, especially that game too, but I think DOTA, he's been making those small little plays to eke out the advantage.
And now look at this, the smoke up, they find one, No Tail, Sumail, they're both there. Thinking it might be an illusion. The real one, Reflection's out now, looking for the chase, 3-3, spots out Sumail, but not gonna be able to connect. Now they have both Aegis and Meta ready to go. Freakwave pushing in towards mid. Okay. Winter's Curse punching himself, but they're gonna back out. 9 might be in some trouble here. They don't want to go any further. So Song of the Siren down, Winter's Curse down. Thompson being a butthead, constantly spamming out these waves and making it feel impossible to come and pressure this.
Together, win together, sleep.
Seb did manage to get bottom tier 1, and he's putting a lot of pressure on bottom tier 2 during this. OG, they're just sort of waiting. They understand that they have this pressure on the map, so they're okay with just chilling a bit.
This has been Seb's place down here throughout most of the games. 3-3, gonna pop the ulti, goes for him. Rolled Boulder, they got the lift up afterwards. Can the rest of OG catch any of these heroes on their way out? It doesn't look like it. So Seb, he's gonna have to give up his life for this one as the right clicks come scaling through with the Scotty to get the lift up. Oh, they can't purge it. Oh, because the other one's lifted and trying to get out of there, Seb? Nah, it's not gonna happen.
And this is a first pick Terrorblade, Lyrical. He's 3-0. He has over 10 CS. Sorry, he's 6-0. Has over 10 CS a minute as a first pick carry in the draft. I think he's against 5. I would say these are like the 5 best Terrorblade counters in the game, potentially. Maybe PL is better than Drow Ranger, but they're all up there. He's he's playing super well, and he's just executing every team fight.
Oh, and they found Thompson again. Winter's Curse. Look at him chunk him. Thompson didn't stand a chance. There was a mid hero there,
by the way.
That was, I mean, that's a Zeus at the end of the day, right? Like, oh man. They will catch Coddle.
He has Hood Mech. He's no joke. And Shadowblade up from 9. He has Night Vision. He has Shadowblade. We thought they couldn't catch heroes because they have no stuns, but if 9 just solos people, he solo killed Saxa bottom lane on his Lion, he's solo killing Zeus, he's just hunting everywhere.
Doing a ton of damage. And now, like, look at this. The entire map is open. I mean, obviously, OG have 2 heroes down, but they don't feel comfortable leaving their base, and now they're likely on Tundra going to try and get a bunch of map control. They are investing in these Blink Daggers, so both the Drow and the Terrorblade get one. Initiation feeling paramount in these fights. 30 seconds until Roche expires. There's the start of the fight. Seb, they've already popped the borrowed time, but the Thunder comes out afterwards. Seb gets called by the Hurl Boulder. 9 trying to survive through this one. Saki's there right on top of him. They get the Blinding Light pushback, and Seb trying to join with the rest of his team. The retreat is coming out, at least for the moment. There's a good blink away coming from the TV. They have Metamorphosis back up in 13 seconds, but again, you only have a little bit left. The Aegis about to expire right now. Chased away. Now, Fada brought down low. He's dead. No more Aegis. Gotta be careful. Jumps on top of Saxa, though. Finds that kill, and now they're trying to bring him down. Do they have enough for the kill? The Gust is there. Song of the Siren afterwards. Gonna have to cancel this one in a moment. Do they have enough? Meteor Hammer not gonna get it off. Oh no! It didn't work, but can they bring him down in time? Skinner dropped it down low. They eventually find the kill, but it's a triple kill for 9, who chases down Seb with 4 heroes left alive and only Seb on OG. He too is gonna be in a world of hurt. They wiped them all. 9 is the real carry here.
And honestly, a rare misexecution. I didn't quite see if the Drow Sounds missed onto Wyvern or if Abaddon shielded it off, but they missed a Meteor Hammer after the sleep. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe Notel, he didn't have an obs to toggle the timing perfectly with. He does have treads for that, so maybe he overclicked or something. I don't know what happened. Anyways, 9, he gets a curse off onto Zeus and Drow Ranger, and basically 1v2s both of them. I mean, 3-3 was there hitting them, but they're like tickles compared to what 9 was doing to them. The Wyvern, this hero straight up looking broken. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how they can win this game unless Wyvern is a broken hero. But I don't think like anyone can play it. How 9 has moved this game, how he lanes, how he farms everything, it's so practiced. And I know this guy, he's actually spammed this hero in pubs, by the way. I think he went like 15-2. I'm surprised, like, no one is really playing this hero except for 9, and it's really proven clutch. He has a Kaya.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, he's going Kaya Sanj, the just be-all, end-all item nowadays. Oh, yeah, and again, back to that like misexecution there on the Meteor Hammer with the song. Like, we saw one of those earlier today, but got to keep in mind as viewers, like, they've been playing Dota now for 7.5 hours on OG. It takes it out of you when you have to play that first best of 3 and then go right into the best of 5. But at the same time, that's what separates people sometimes, and sometimes separates teams in these grand final situations. Got to be able to win.
Yeah, and it is a bit of the upper bracket advantage that you get to watch your opponent play. 9, he's hunting. He has a Silver Edge, and he actually has 22.8 mana regen because of this Kai pickup, so he can stay in Arctic Burn permanently. He's just gonna run around with, he's 550 MS with the Silver Edge and just hunt anyone. Like, it's so hard to catch him. Like, how do you kill this guy when he's just moving around in the trees like this?
Yeah, it's impossible. It's feeling very, very rough, but we will see how this one goes. Oh, chase down. Saksa going to fall. At tier 2 tower now, taking some extra damage. Tundra looks so good.
And they're already setting up, like 9, he's on the case. They've taken top, they had control of that area. He's setting up bottom. He has a Silver Edge up again, and they're smoking to wrap around OG. This is very scary for OG here.
Radiant's top tower.
They realize it. They spot him. Jump forward. Winner's Curse is on to Thompson, trying to live through this. Do they have enough? Skinner, he centers his real carry. 9 brought down low, but the Cold Embrace trying to live through it. Meanwhile, the rest of OG dropping like flies. Oh, they try and bring down 9. He's still living through this one. Bada got the shield. No-Tail trying to run. Seb gonna pop that BKB. See if he can take down this pesky Wyvern. But he's just gonna have to TP out in the end. Unbelievable execution.
He's not done yet. He's
Tundra.
Okay. So Mel, Link away. Wait, he's chasing him. This is a speedy dragon running across the map. They could not kill him. Holy Locket came out. Abaddon Heals came out. Asunder came out. And he's just going in. Unkillable.
Living again. They pop the switch. Look at the flick forward. Skinner, he finds him too. If you deal with the Wyvern, afterwards you got to deal with the TB as the right clicks come through. Dead. No buyback on these heroes. 34 minutes in. The Tundra lineup hoping to find an opening here and go up in this series on match point. Double kill. No buybacks on anybody. Tundra taking the lead.
God, I love Dota. Like, anytime something like this. Oh, Skinner, he's blinking in.
Oh, he's in trouble. Thompson got to back out. It ain't going to be there. As it looks like they're going to take down this tier 3 towers. The question is, do they try and go for it all? I mean, right now the buyback status is there because Melee, but they jump in. There's going to be the Winner's Curse. The right click's coming through. Thompson will go down. He has buyback though, but they're going for the tier 4 tower. 40 seconds, no Timbersaw. The buyback comes from Thompson. He's got to hold this all on his own for the moment. No friends nearby at all. 6 seconds till Saksa. Fonda gets healed back up again. All of the heals in the world. They're trying to finish this one right now. 4 seconds still. Drown 9. He won't die. They can't kill the Wyvern. Saksa ends up falling. They tried to blow it all up right there at the last second, but it wasn't enough. Are they really backing now? Oh, no. I'm thinking about staying. I mean, oh, it's so tempting. This is that moment. You're looking for it all. You want to go to CI. They find Thompson broken. Jumps away. Still trying to live. Can they get him down? Yes, that's a dieback. And with that, Tundra are going to set their sights one last time on the Ancient. Another song. Can he hit the combo? Tread switch just one time for it. Will they get him? Skinner, he gets the blink away. No, it's not how it's supposed to go. They can't get it. And in the end, Tundra will go up in the series over OG. What a fabulous performance.
I'm absolutely fascinated, like flabbergasted that they could win this game. I love this about Dota because every time you think you understand something about this game, the draft, how hero matchups go,